Hi, Colette here. Welcome back. In this video, we are going to review the 3 minimum steps needed for the reconsolidation of a new memory. But we are going to add a few more that we found in the MAP Coaching Institute are working the best. And these are steps that are also based on the latest neuroscience. So the first step that we have added before even going into reconsolidation, that we have found that priming the brain, priming is like training the subconscious brain to actually understand the process of reconsolidation, understand what is a trauma, what happens, what do we want the brain to do. And it has been extremely powerful to use this priming video. We have a whole mini training, if you want, just for your brain to understand what we are expecting of it. So that's priming it for success and for responding actually later on to the commands of the practitioner. So step 1 of the process of MAP, we prime the brain. Step 2, the person has been primed through the use of metaphorical language actually. Metaphors are extremely powerful because the brain uses about 50% of its mass to handle visual images. So we're using metaphors to talk to the brain. It is the perfect language for the brain. So after the priming, the brain understands what's to do, the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, all parts of the person understands what's going on and is ready for transformation. Now, in the transformation process, we do the step 1, recalling the memory. Now, the good news is we noticed that we don't have to recall actually the specific event. We just have to bring up to the surface in a short discussion of a few minutes. What is the pattern? What is the issue? What is the trigger even that is happening in the life of the client? It could be rage on the road and the trigger is when someone stops in front of you. And all of that is just needed. That's the only thing needed to trigger the firing of those memories and the recall of those memories in the brain. Step 1 is achieved that way. Step 2, we need to create the mismatch. And the mismatch is created through the addition of a mixture of 2 different opposite states. The client is bringing up the stressful event, the stressful trigger, while at the same time, and we guide the client to do that, to become mindful. We're using and leveraging the power of mindfulness. And in that state, it creates absolute opposite wiring in the brain. It's like the firing is 2 opposite things. One is based on mindfulness, relaxation, and is quieting the limbic brain. The other one is stressful and firing the limbic emotional brain. So this mismatch of information that's going on in the brain for the same subject is creating the opening of the window of reconsolidation. Then during that moment of possibility, the practitioner gives a command to the brain. Like the brain has learned and heard and understand actually how to do that and is triggered into a reconsolidation, a rewiring. So the client is like relaxing and processing a new wiring in the brain. While this is happening, it might take about 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. The client begins to have visions or ideas or insight as the wiring of the brain is away from the amygdala, from the fearful part of the brain that really stresses the body out and limits the ability of the brain to think clearly. The amygdala usually hijacks the brain. It's like takes control over it. So as this disconnect is happening in the amygdala, and the fear is disconnecting literally from the memory, from the base of the memory. Now the base of the memory is reconnecting with the peaceful aspect of the mindfulness, the environment of the session, all of those data now is reconnecting the neurons together and creating a new memory completely. The fearful memory is detached forever and is let go of. So now this is the processing happening. There is a detachment and a reattachment to the new memories, positive, uplifting, peaceful memories. And then after the processing, the person will just notice in his body that the stress is not there anymore. It might be lower, might not be at zero, and the process is to be done over and over 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times. Within 20 minutes or an hour, an entire pattern has been completely rewired. The new information is actually the information of peace around the environment. Obviously, you're not in a car accident anymore, and the brain is aware of it and is catching up this new information and is realizing that there is safety now and there is nothing unsafe about to think about. So the new information is we are safe, and that is anchoring the new memory. So that was in a nutshell what we do at the MAP Coaching Institute when someone gets a MAP session. I will show you a demonstration in the next video. Enjoy, and I see you soon. Bye.